I will do.
Share my voice. Allow, yeah. Alright. Yeah, that should be all good.
I'm just trying to get that on my channel, that's all.
Right.
I'm going to check to see if...
Streaming now. Allow, yeah. Alright. Yeah, that should be all good.
I'm just trying to get that on my channel, that's all.
Right.
I'm going to check to see if... You're low on mine, but we can hear you.
Right, I'm going to try and send out my link now.
Good evening everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Pete W here. We're just getting Jim, who's going to be joining me and making the announcements today, where he's just getting his stream set up as well, so you can watch either. The announcement for the multi-cars will take place, or for all the leagues will take place on both streams, but the graphics for the multiplayer will take place on Jim, so maybe have both open, and if you want to watch mine or Jim's, it's completely your call, guys. So and we've just had Kieran joining us. Kieran, who's just gotten back from the rugby, and it sounds like it's been a hot and sweltering day for him as well. So, welcome back, Kieran. Thank you for joining in time.
No problem.
Both myself and Jim are streaming this announcement. You're also welcome to, if you wish to put it in the commentator streams section of the league info on Discord. You go for it, but you don't have to.
Yeah, no worries.
So guys, we're going to get started now, so thank you to everyone who is tuning in currently and will watch the video in the next few days. I know there's been a lot of anticipation about the league and how we're going forward in this new randomised draw, so welcome. And basically the plan today is we're going to just have a little bit of a chat about the game first. All of us have been looking forward to it in anticipation, and it's definitely going to be very different. We're going to talk about new settings that we're going to be running, and then we're going to get on and we're going to start to draw the leagues. So we're going to do the mundane multiplayer first. That will be announced by myself and Jim. And then we're going to have the announcement for tier... Shall we do tier 2 first, guys, or tier 1? What do you reckon? I reckon tier 2 first.
Tier 2, then tier 1. Yeah.
We'll have the announcement for tier 2, which is going to be done by predominantly Kieran and then myself. I'll be assisting, and then we're going to have the announcement for... No, sorry, tier 2 is Jim. My apologies. So Jim will be doing the announcement for tier 2, and myself and Kieran predominantly, will be doing the announcements for tier 1. So, like I said in the Discord, if you do wish to get the graphics, please log on to Little Jim's stream. But I don't know about you guys, I've really been looking forward to this game. I think it's going to bring so many different challenges, as we've already seen with some of the lobbies that you guys have been doing during the week. What do you think is the biggest difference for those of us who haven't played the game yet?
Definitely the car handling. You are probably not going to like it at the start. I know Kieran still doesn't, but I've gotten used to it. I think Mitch is getting there. I think Harv's getting there. But once you got used to it, you can definitely see the speed coming back that you had in 2020.
Awesome. We've got a couple of weeks until the season kicks off, and that will be kicking off with the Monday Multiplayer League. So for everyone who's watching on my stream, if you do want to chuck it over to Jim's stream, we will shortly be announcing that. and I don't blame you. The graphics on these cars which have been designed are fantastic, and I've seen them myself. They are absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure for those of you who are getting the league, currently 19 drivers, so we've got 19 drivers in the league, and we will be going, and we're just looking for one more for a full grid. But it's a fantastic idea here by Jim. The format's going to be one shot quali with a 50% race, and I think it's going to bring some new dynamics definitely into team orders. What was kind of your brainchild around it, Jim?
I used to be in another league that did the same, and I like the idea, but I think for the people we have, it'll be a lot smoother and just run better overall.
Agreed. Okay, so Kieran, how about you? What are we thinking? Oh wait, it's showing that the commentator streams are not showing to everybody. I've just had a picture from Paul Harrison and he can't see the streams, so I'm just going to do that. Kieran, how are you finding the game so far? What are you most looking forward to about it?
Probably the multi-RS. That's handy. Because during a lap you can save multi-RS, and like it lasts a lot longer through the race than it would in 2020. So it makes it easier to handle it a bit more, and like keep more throughout the race, just to attack more.
I just definitely have to agree with you there, mate. Let's hope I'm just going to turn the volume down on this because I'm also going to have the graphics up for Jim's stream. We've also got a few pre-season tests coming up. We'll be talking about them, guys. And what else are we going to do? We're going to announce the race calendars for each league as well. Obviously, we're doing things a bit different this season. We're not going to do the full calendar for one season. We're going to split it up. 23 tracks. We're going to do 2 seasons of 12 races, and only one track will be repeated, which will be decided by the admins. But it's going to be one of the more traditional tracks. It won't be one of the new ones. And yeah, so after the first 12 races in tier 1 and tier 2, the top 5 drivers in tier 2 will be promoted to tier 1, and the bottom 5 drivers in tier 1 will be demoted to tier 2. They will have different restrictions running in terms of assists, which we will go through as well just before we announce everyone. So, without further ado, Jim, would you like to take it away and make the announcements for the teams in the multiplayer?
Okay, so 1 second. So we have Team 1, which is going to be the red team. So we have the drivers will be H. Taylor, Paul Harrison, Matt C, Zepedro, and Madden. So yes, it does look like a basic livery, but once you have sponsors on the car, it does actually look good. Team 2 is the yellow team. That is Harv, Steve, Kieran, and Daphnika.
Yellow team.
Right.
Blue team is Chris, CDM, Martin, Sanchez, and Broke Gorilla. And then the green team, which I've put sponsors on to show, will be myself, Mogi, KVD PR, and Moshe, and Golden Wolf. And for the calendar, we have Spain, China, Abu Dhabi, and Brazil. And then Austria, Baku, Singapore, France, and Bahrain, so it's starting to get a little bit faster. Then we have Britain and Australia, and then for the final one, if it is in the game, it will be Portugal. If not, you are going to have to suffer around Japan.
Suffer? What do you mean suffer? Japan's one of my favourite tracks. It's the only one I've ever got a podium at. Definitely have to try and reserve on that one. So those are the 4 teams, guys. Obviously, then any other drivers that do come in will go onto Harv's team. But I think what we did with the draws was we took the seeds, the rankings that we took for tiers 1 and 2, and the top 4 drivers were, in terms of seeding, Harv, Taylor, Chris Amu and Jim, and then we kind of worked it so that the top 4 had driver 1, and then worked it way down based on the rankings. So yeah, the next category was Paul, Harrison, CDMJW, Mogi and Steve and Tino. And then I think the remainder of the drivers, are tier 2 drivers. So we've had a lot of tier 2 drivers signing up for this, which is fantastic. And I know it's going to bring some great action, especially in the midfield, well, as well as at the top of the field. I mean, we've got championship winner, we've got multiple race winners in the top 8. So I think it's going to bring some amazing competition. Are we going to be introducing a unique point structure for this, or are we just going to use the traditional 25 through to 1 for first 3 temps?
I think for the first season we will have to keep it as the normal 26 if you get the fastest lap with the win. And then maybe if people still want to do it in season 2, that's when we can start to test new things and see what people think.
That sounds awesome. Nice one, mate. Hey guys, just seeing a couple of comments on my stream. What's up? Not much. Hey Denmark, thanks for tuning in, mate. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. And hey Carl, I know you're also watching over on Jim's stream. Hope you're not too drunk in the pub. Just kidding. So let's, without further ado, we're going to move on to tier 2. Which you're also announcing, aren't you, Jim? So I'm really looking forward to this one.
So, for the Ferrari seat,
shall we get the liveries up and talk about the driver and talk about the cars a bit?
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did a few races in the Ferrari, and it feels okay. Not as good as some of the others, but it does feel like one of the better cars that they've made in the game.
And who's going to be driving for Ferrari?
We have, as driver 1 will be KVD PR, driver 2 will be Shankly, okay, so McLaren is next. So, Mr. Reed, you're going to be really happy with this one. Your driver 1.
Oh, get in there.
Mac X14 will be your teammate. And the McLaren feels really nice, so you're lucky.
So Matt is a new driver to the league, and as with all new drivers who haven't raced with us yet, they will be required to take part in a pre-season test subject before racing. Obviously we're all getting used to the game, so that is to be expected, but we are asking all new drivers, and we've got one joining our league admin, Kieran, so that's going to be an interesting learning curve for you, Kieran, obviously learning about your new teammate. How are you feeling about your seat?
I can't be happier, to be honest. I drove a lot of the McLaren in this new game, and to me it's definitely one of the best handling cars in the game, so I'm not complaining about that.
Good. And it looks like we're about to talk about the Haas team, right, Jim?
Yeah, so driving in the Haas, which I don't know what to say about Haas this year because of a certain person. But
Schumacher.
Pete, no, the other guy.
Okay. So, who are the two
will
drivers?
Be driving.
Okay, and who's my teammate?
Alongside Moshe, so I think that is a really solid lineup.
Very happy with that. I've raced with Moshe before in another league, which will remain nameless, of course. Really happy to be racing alongside Moshe. I think we're going to give a good battle for the constructors there, Moshe. So let's get our game face on. My second season in the Haas. Let's see how this one goes. Hopefully it won't be as devastating as the current Haas team's performance. Let's hope. Okay, so who are we going to look at next? AlphaTauri?
Yep, AlphaTauri. We have SKRALD. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name.
I pronounce it Scroud, but I'm sure he will correct us if we can.
And then as his teammate will be Chris Hay.
Chris Hay, okay, yep. That would actually be one of my friends. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Chris races. He was new to PlayStation. He's been an Xbox racer for years, but he's come over to PlayStation. So, it's going to be a good team for the AlphaTauri lot. Let's see how they do over the course of the season. Who's next? It looks like Aston Martin.
Okay, so we only have one driver for these at the moment.
Okay.
We are waiting for someone else to join, and then this will be their seat.
Wow.
Anything else opens up.
Okay.
But Kyle, and I know he's going to be stupidly happy with this.
Yeah, everyone does. I think so
He will
too.
be driver 1 alongside, we don't know yet, but hopefully he gets a good teammate because he does deserve it.
Mhm.
And it looks nice too, the car looks really nice.
Oh God, yeah. God, yeah. I think the only bad thing about it is one of the drivers had to buy a seat into it. What? Who said this? I did pronounce Scroud right, by the way. He's tuning into your stream, and he did tell me we're pronouncing his name right, so that's fantastic. Who's next, mate?
We have Mercedes.
Ooh, Mercedes. Hamilton and Bottas's car. Super sexy. Who's going to be driving that? Who am I jealous of?
Pressing Mixer and Madden.
Madden and Pressing.
No, sorry.
Okay.
It is Martin 69.
Okay, I know who'll be happy with that.
Antonis.
And Antonis BI. Awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, the way it's written down is a bit.
It's all good. It's all good. Who and any more teams?
Yep. Alpine
Alpine. Oh.
is Pressing Mixer and Madden. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one.
Yeah, I was expecting that after you said Pressing
Yeah.
Mixer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Alfa Romeo, probably the best looking one I think so far.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
they've
think
inverted the colours from last year.
Kieran will agree with me in that the McLaren is the sexiest car.
McLaren's always the sexy car, no matter what it looks like.
Because, well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I think the orange, just the orange colour is fantastic. So, but saying that, I've got the zoom up on the Alfa Romeo. It doesn't look too shabby. It does not look too shabby. So, who's going to be driving in that for us?
It will be Sanchez and Birkin Alpe.
Ooh, that's going to be a good team. That's going to be a team to watch out for. Sanchez,
Yeah.
I mean, he's been improving all season in F1 2020, giving me some great battles, and Verkan having come over to us from Delta Pace. I remember commentating on a couple of races where he podiumed and won, so I think it's going to definitely be a team to watch. Let's see how they do through the course of the first season. Who's the next team, buddy?
Red Bull. The best team there.
You would say that as a Max Verstappen fan. But then I would say McLaren is the Lando's. So go on.
Yeah. So Red Bull will be Das Nico and Golden Wolf.
Nice. Very
Which
nice.
I think when they're both on it, this will cause people like yourself and Moshe some issues, I think, Pete.
Definitely. Definitely, they're both very good drivers. I think all the drivers in this league are clean, they're safe, and they're all mixed ability. Have I been announced yet? Might be a bit late. No, you have not, Harv. We haven't announced tier 1 yet. We have announced the multiplayer, but you're welcome to watch this back. Obviously, we are streaming, not just live, but these videos will be saved for people to rewatch. So, yes, you haven't been announced yet for tier 1, but you have been announced for the Monday multiplayer. So, no, I would agree. I think with all of the drivers here, we've got some good drivers, we've got some very close battles, and I think that's the great thing about the tiered system, is that it's going to lead to a lot more battles and a lot more people challenging for race wins.
Okay.
Isn't that right, Kieran?
It is, definitely. I could agree more.
Well, Kieran's told me that he's going to win the championship, just to let you know.
Oh, has he? So Kieran's put in the, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. is putting the marker down. He's putting the marker down and saying he is the guy to beat. So do remember, guys, Kieran is in the McLaren, and remember there's damage. No, just kidding. No. I would never ever denote that. But no, I think Kieran, I'm going to give you a run for your money, mate. I think a few other drivers will.
I know you're defending is like that's going to be hard to beat.
And of course, my wins in Japan will always help as well.
And I have a quote from Mr. Rees about how he has grown on this game.
Go on.
He said something along the lines of, fuck, I've forgotten it.
Yes.
Fuck, I've forgotten it. He said something in the lines of that.
No. It will come back to me, don't worry. Okay, right. The final drivers are Williams, Callum Jones and Broke Gorilla.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that team. I must admit, so I'm looking at the livery for Williams now, and on the right side panel, like back panel, I thought that said Doritos as one of the sponsors. I was like, Doritos are sponsoring Williams. Wow, okay, cool. No, but I must admit, I think this car's looking amazing. I mean, it look like, I mean, it's amazing the difference a little paint job can do. It really looks great, and as we've seen this season, it has been an amazing performer. I mean, look at what Russell's been doing. How did he do today, guys? Because I actually missed that.
He finished in the points.
Yeah.
The one time where he won't get a point, he actually finished in the top 10.
Don't say that. You're jinxing it. He might tomorrow.
It's a longer race tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yes. How long was the race today? Like, I don't know the sprint format. Really.
17 laps.
Ah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
I missed it all.
Yeah, ditto. I was on a training bowling game.
Great. It was great.
I'll have to watch the highlights.
Okay, so I've got the quote from Mr. Rees now.
Go on.
He said he has mastered the game, so he is going to dominate you all.
Oh wow, the challenge is on there, isn't it, young man? We're going to be going a bit crazy. So, do you want to tell us what the calendar is going to be for Tier 2, mate? I'm looking forward to this.
Yep. 2 seconds. Let me load it up. Okay, so the calendar for Tier 2, you will start off in Japan.
Yahoo! What? Who said that?
Okay, everyone's going to hate this. Everyone will hate this.
What?
Round 2 is at Monaco.
Why do you hate us?
Me and Mitch thought it was a good idea to get the nasty ones out of the way.
Okay.
So.
FYI, guys, just so you know, all drivers and calendars have been decided by drivers not in those tiers. So for Tier 2, Mitch and Jim. Mitch unfortunately can't be with us today, but Mitch and Jim decided not just the teams and the drivers who racing for the teams, but they also decided the calendar, as was the same for Tier 1. Ask Jim now what team is he in, and he does not have a clue. So well, he's got a 1 of 4 because all the top 10 drivers in each tier were given a choice of the 4 teams they would like to race for. So he's got a 1 in 4 chance that he knows the team that he's racing for, but we'll take that up in a few minutes once we're finished with the calendar. So Japan, then Monaco,
and then going all the way over to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And then you're heading over to Spain and USA.
Really don't like me.
Starts to get a little bit better.
Just a little bit.
And then we have France and Russia.
Okay.
And then the Netherlands.
Netherlands, oh excellent.
Yeah. And now
Netherlands
it starts
being my
to get a
favourite
little bit boring again.
Monza in Austria.
No, you're heading to Hungary.
Okay. How could you call Hungary boring?
Oh, it just is.
I love Hungary. It's such a challenge, not just to overtake, but
three. The last 3 in Baku, Bahrain, and Silverstone.
Of course, we're going to be finishing off on Silverstone. No, that's awesome. That's going to be such a calendar. Which race are you most looking forward to, Kieran?
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna surprise you, but it's Monaco.
Oh God, you haven't driven it yet on this game, have you?
Not yet, no. But
Oh well, you're going to take that back.
yeah, probably. But I like the challenge, so
My plan for Monaco
Well,
is
you've
the
mastered
same.
the game.
yeah.
My plan for Monaco is the same as every other league race. I'm going to sit at the back. I am not going to come anywhere near another car, and I'm going to wait to see how many drivers retire. So yeah, that's going to be a very interesting race, especially as our second race. I mean, get the hard ones out of the way. Yeah, on a game like 2020 where there is not so many changes, but I mean, really, you guys really don't like us. At least we tried to make it a little bit friendly. But I must say, yeah, for me, the two tracks I'm looking for, and there'll be no surprises here. No, the winner of Japan on Wednesday Night Racing on 2020 is looking forward to my first race being back at Japan. Since that, I've not actually raced in another race since then. What with work and commentating commitments for Friday night, and yes, anyway, so I'm looking forward to Japan and Zandvoort. I just love it. It reminds me one of my cycling days, and two of well, not just like that, but like I love the defending, and I'm not going to big myself up too much, but I'm really good at defending there. So yeah, I can't wait to see how that turns out. So yeah, let's get, if there are any tier 2 drivers watching and you want to post your reactions on the calendar or on the team selections, please do drop us a line. I'm quite happy with my team of Haas. It was my second choice. KVD and me selected the same first choice, so thank you, KVD. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to my team and my teammate. So yeah, it'll be good to race with Masha. It'll be great to race against all of you. And remember, guys, all races are going to be streamed and commentated on. Tier 2 is going to be commentated on by the awesome Harv. Tier 1 will be commentated on by myself. And now we are going to move to Tier 1. So I'm going to give Kieran the option here. Kieran, do you want to announce the teams or do you want to announce the calendar?
I will announce the teams.
Okay, then. So have you got the list?
I have. I've got the list in front of me.
Okay. Let's go for it then. So what team are we announcing first, mate?
So we're starting with Mercedes.
Okay.
AMG Petronas Formula 1 team.
Yep.
You don't need to put the full name, that shit.
If you want to, though.
Do not waste your breath on this team.
Yeah, that's true. Shut up, you had a purple helmet. Right. First driver for Mercedes is Cyberspace. Then driver 2 is Joseph, is it?
Murados. Yep.
We'll skip Red Bull because no one cares about Red Bull.
No, we will not.
I know.
The two drivers who are driving for Red Bull might care just a little bit. And who are those drivers, mate?
The second driver is SpongeBob.
Who's the first driver?
The first driver is Little Jim.
Come on! Like me and SpongeBob, watch out.
I think that's going to be, it's going to be a formidable partnership. Looking forward to it.
He's going to walk in for the Krabby Patties, chuck them out the back of the car.
It's like Mario Kart SpongeBob edition.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the names next, mate?
Next we have Aston Martin.
Yep.
We have Harv as the first driver, and unfortunately for Harv, the second driver is CDM.
Oh.
I'm sure he's going to be very happy about that. I think he was very keen to get that second Aston Martin seat, and even before he knew his teammates, so I'm sure he's going to be quite happy with that selection. I think it's going to be a formidable team now that CDM has been racing with what we're going to call Twitches on his remote for some time, but he's got a new one. He's better than ever, which wouldn't have been hard unless you were the Italian Pitbull. Just kidding, Carl. But I think it's going to be a fantastic partnership there. and I think all of the teams in Tier 1 really, you've got some amazing partnerships who are going to really enjoy one another and battling one another, and ultimately saying, I'm the faster driver, get out of my way. To answer your question, Harry, guys, I'm just going to HT has put on a comment. I'm going to answer that. So guys, what we did was, with the top 10, it was based not only on time trial times but also on race ability. So the top 10 drivers were ranked, like protected, so to speak, based on their performance, not just time trial but on their performance in the leagues as well. So that was brought in. Obviously we didn't know SpongeBob's pace at first, and this was a random draw. More than happy to show how it was done, and I'll do that on the Discord, but this was a random job at a random draw. And remember guys, it is only for 12 races. Teams will be mixed up again for the next season, but yeah, it was a completely random draw, and I think all of the drivers in Tier 1 are very fast drivers. And furthermore to that, this is a completely different game. Not all of the drivers that showed blistering pace in 2020 will be showing it in 2021, so let's see how it goes going forward. But we have got some very good teams and some very good driver combinations, which we will continue with. So who's the next team, Kieran?
We have Ferrari next, and driver 1 we have Jonathan Cox, and driver 2 is Eat My Dust.
Going to be racing in the red Scuderia. Lovely car, must admit. I mean, I'm not a Ferrari fan, but I am a fan of the colour in the car. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I think nice car, good team, race winner in Jonathan Cox, very fast driver. Eat My Dust, having got a podium on his first race, I believe, which was at Monza with us. So another very good partnership there. Let's see how they do for these 12 races. Who's next?
Before I go on next, if I do not see any Italian hand movements on the podium, I'll be very disappointed. You know where they like... Yeah. Right, next we have Alpine.
Yep.
And driver 1 is Mr. Paul Harrison. Driver 2 is it Silas?
Silas, yeah. Silas, yeah.
I'm very Welsh, so if I pronounce your names wrong, I do apologise.
You're very Welsh. I'm not even going to ask what that means, but it's, I think, again, a very good team. Paul showing some amazing pace in 2020. Most familiarly, I think, taking a podium and pole position at France at the Paul Ricard circuit, and yeah, some amazing improvements we saw by Paul over the course of the season to get him into that top 10. So fantastic. I think a fantastic team. If I remember correctly, Silas showing some blistering pace in his time trial times. Let's see if that can be corroborated into race pace. Let's hope so. Shall we move on to the next team, which I believe is McLaren?
It is.
Awesome.
It's definitely one of the best teams on the grid. Because of the lovely papaya orange.
Do love it. I do love it as well. It's a very gorgeous car. Just seeing the graphics going up throughout my stream now. Yeah, loving the graphics. So yes, let's see. Who are our drivers for McLaren?
We have one short Marcus.
Yep.
Don't know if he's short in real life.
I actually think it's actually his last name. I think that's his last name, to be fair. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it is.
And who's his teammate?
His teammate is Itzlu 95.
It's gonna be a good team.
It's a good pairing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen some great pace from both drivers. Short Marcus, he'll have to correct me here if he's got his maiden win with us. I believe he has, but please do correct me, Marcus. I do believe you've won one race with us last season, so I think that's going to be a fantastic pairing. I've paired with Lou a couple of times, and like his pace is really good. His technical awareness, like I mean, I think I did so well at France when we were in the Ferraris together because of his advice with regards to tactics. So I think that's going to be a formidable team, and I think if they work together, definitely see some serious points coming along from the McLaren team this season in tier one. Who's next, buddy? Is it AlphaTauri?
AlphaTauri is next.
Yep. Who are our drivers?
The driver 1, we have Mitch GK90, and driver 2 we have Denmark 166.
Looking forward to that combination.
I'm looking forward to see what Mitch's pace is like now that he's got a wheel instead of being on the pad.
Yes.
I can tell you guys that he
Go
is
on.
stupidly fast.
Stupidly fast.
Stupidly fast. He is going to lap everybody, and I'm not joking. He is rapid.
So guys, you heard it here first. The target's on Mitch's back. Not our reigning Wednesday night champion Jim, runner-up H Taylor. Apparently it's going to be Mitch, so
I mean,
let's see how he does. I will definitely be keeping an eye on.
Just on a different level.
Yeah, let's hope he can transform it into all the different races that we have planned for you guys in the next 12 races. It's going to be fun. Yeah, I think that's going to be a great team. Going to see some serious points there. Next is Alfa Romeo.
In the Alfa Romeo seats, we have driver 1, FTH KRC, and in the second Alfa Romeo seat, we have Steve Ventino.
I think both drivers will be happy with that. Obviously, FTHK got one of his top 4 choices and stay. I know, being Italian and it's being a random draw as well, will be thrilled to get the Alfa Romeo seat. So both drivers having performed brilliantly last season. FTH coming in late and taking. Did FTH take the win at Hungary, or was it second place after the safety car? But showed some blistering pace, which more than comfortably gave us the decision to put him as one of the top 10 seeds, because I think this season we're going to see some amazing battles. I mean, when I look at all of the drivers in tier 1, I wouldn't like to pick who's going to be in the top 5, who's going to be in the bottom 5, because I think it's going to be that close. So let's see how it goes. And remember guys, for tier 1s and tier 2s, every season we're going to be giving away PSN memberships for the top 3 drivers of each season. So the top driver of each tier will get 3 months subscription of PSN paid for, second will get 2 months, and third will get 1 month. So even more reason, even in the top tiers, to be battling for that. Even at the top of the league, as well as going for the championship. And John Cox, yeah, I know. I knew you guys were good friends. He's just wrote on your stream, Jim, that him and FTH are best friends. So that's awesome. You guys are gonna have some good battles together, as we've already seen between you guys. So really looking forward to seeing how that pace transitions over onto 2021. So the next team, it's going to be the Haas team, isn't it?
It is 100%.
Okay. And I definitely think this team is going to provide a lot more points than the current Haas team, like you said, Jim, as well. So who are our 2 drivers, mate?
Well, driver 1, we have Chris Summit.
Yep. Our winner in Belgium.
Driver 2, we have Lotfager.
Yeah, Lotfager. That's how I pronounce it as well. I do
apologise.
It's okay. Like you said, you're incredibly Welsh.
Yes.
So
he loves a good sheep.
Nothing wrong with Ralph.
I thought it was Bob. Are you cheating on Bob already? You little toy boy, Kieran. You're terrible.
Ralph's fluffier.
So moving on, I remember seeing Lotfager's time trials, and I was just stunned by them. I mean, I think in terms of time trials, Lotfager did actually put in the fastest time trials for the tier 1 drivers that needed to. I think he's going to be, as a new driver to the league, obviously will need to take part in the pre-season testings, but he's going to be a driver to watch out for without a shadow of a doubt. Chris, our winner at Belgium, and we've seen constant improvements over the course of the last season in tier 1, Wednesday and Friday night racing, and has rightly so earned his position in the top 10 of tier 1, I believe. So I think it's going to be a great combination. And then last but most certainly not least, this lovely blue, dark blue, white, black, or God knows however many other colours on this car, Williams team. And who are the 2 drivers for that, mate? I mean, we only have 2 left, but let's announce them. So,
right, the last 2 drivers for the Williams seat is driver 1, H. Taylor, and driver 2 is Matt Chandler.
And Matt, having come over to us from Delta Pace, was Division 2 champion. I think he's going to definitely provide some great racing. We've seen how fast he is in Wednesday and Friday night racing, and he's going to be a fantastic pairing for HT, who I think, had it not been for his PlayStation issues, would have taken it right to the wire with Little Jim in Wednesday night racing. Obviously Taylor having to miss a couple of weeks because of problems with his PlayStation, but all sorted now, ready and raring to go, I'm sure, for this new 2021 game and brand new season. Tier 1, like I said, all races are going to be commentated and streamed on by myself, and I cannot wait to commentate on some amazing action, not just from the Williams drivers, but from all 20 drivers in what we are calling our Premier Field. And I should have said, no, the packages we're offering for top 3 in each league are for tier 1 and tier 2. It's not going to be for the multiplayer, but it will be for tier 1 and tier 2, as those are our tiered leagues, and drivers will be going up and down, hopefully like yo-yos, in the sense of different drivers coming up to tier 1 and really establishing themselves in there, and the drivers who get relegated into tier 2 will be really pushing the other drivers hard and getting all of us eventually making each other better drivers. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this was my first season of doing online racing. Here I am now, we're running the league, I think we're doing an amazing job doing it, but for me it was my first season racing online, and it's so much different, and you're constantly getting better and developing because of the drivers you're racing against, whether they're 3 seconds a lap faster than you, or you're literally fighting them wheel to wheel for 20 laps, like happened to me with Eat My Dust at Japan. Like literally within a second, the entire race of me after we came out, after changing onto the inters. So I think no matter whether it's close battles or just trying to catch up to those drivers, the faster drivers, or holding them off, I think it's constantly improving how you drive, your positioning, and that's the whole point really, isn't it? Is that we're gonna all have some fun, some clean fun, get better as drivers. I mean, I've seen that with so many drivers over the course of the season. One of the things I'm really proud of in this league is seeing drivers coming along and really giving a go for it and getting some good points, getting their first points. First points for me, obviously, get my highlight of last season was reserving on Wednesday night. No, I was full time on Wednesday, so getting the win in Japan, but also getting very close to a few podiums, 4th, 5th and 6th, and so really surprising myself, because you look at the drivers who are in the grid and you're like, wow, I'm competing against these guys, and it's just a big boost. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So shall we move on to the calendar? Go on. Go on, mate.
Quick. If you have a bad race in tier 1 or tier 2 with how close it's going to be, I think it will carry on through the whole season. Like, those points will be hard to get back, I think, so it is going to be important to really make the most of it.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, that's the great thing about chopping the calendar up, is that it's not going to be a 23 race season where if you miss a couple of races, it's not going to affect you. But if you do miss a couple of races, you're going to be in a position where you're potentially, instead of fighting for the championship, you're going to be midfield, or if you're midfield, you're going to be fighting off relegation. So from tier 1, and other way around, if you're fighting for promotion in tier 2 and you miss a couple of races, I think you can say bye bye. So it's going to be interesting, and obviously we're going to be looking for drivers to commit full time and without good reasoning. If drivers, we have put this in the league rules, we're also in the middle of updating the Discord and will be fully updated for Tuesday night. But if you miss 2 races and you don't check in with either any of the admins, myself obviously included, then you will be asked to, if you are able to continue, and possibly put into a reserve role. So we aren't looking for drivers to take up seats and only race half a season. Hopefully we will obviously have to make adjustments over the course of the season, but we're also just hoping that all of the drivers who have been named, who have said yep we want full-time seats, let's do this. So I'm now going to take over. For once I actually haven't done much talking, which has been quite lovely. Well, not much talking for me. So let's take on the calendar for you tier 1 guys. Now I've kind of went the opposite way. Sorry, we went the opposite way with the calendar. We decided to ease the drivers in, so thanks again Jim and Mitch. We're going to start off with the track that literally has no limits, in the sense of you can drive anywhere if there wasn't track limits. But yeah, France, nice easy track to start off with. I think we're going to see some good battles going through some of these turns. Might have to try and make that one a wet one. No, just kidding. Obviously all of our weather settings are dynamic. So then we're going to be heading to Italy for Monza. Sorry guys, I'm not going to be chucking Imola in just yet, just in case like we didn't know what patch it's going to come on or when it's going to be added to the game. So it is going to be Italy and Monza for the second race. Third, we are heading to the land of the kangaroos for Australia, obviously missing from the calendar for the last 2 seasons, which is a huge sadness, not just like for the track and the area, but it's such a great race. I mean, for me, I hate it, but like I always go off at the chicane at the start of the 3rd sector and normally cause a safety car, but it is a great track for overtaking and for driving. And then we have got what I like to call Abu Dhabi Do, or just Abu Dhabi. So yeah, we got Abu Dhabi as round 4. Heading over to our first night race of that season. Round 5, Austria. Heading over to the Spielberg circuit. After that, we have got the windy castle speed sections of Baku, Azerbaijan. I think we're going to see some amazing racing there. We're then going to flip over to North America, but not to America. It's going to be Canada for round 7. Then things start to get interesting. Mark the calendars, 22nd of September, round 8, I believe. Yep, round 8. You've got Monaco.
Oh,
we're not letting you guys off of Monaco in the first season. You are so getting it. We've given you 2 of the 3 street tracks, that one and obviously Azerbaijan. Next round, my favourite. Oh no, we're giving you 3 of the 4, sorry. Next round is Zandvoort, Netherlands. Like I said, one of my favourite tracks. I know CDM JW will be very happy with this next track for round 10 and actually 11. So round 10 is going to be heading to the night circuit of Singapore. I think that is going to be the race that says we've got a tight battle going on. The driver who wins that, if we see some upsets with crashes and whatnot, especially if it's in the rain, I think that's going to be the race that defines it, because the next 2 tracks are not harder tracks. They're relatively easier. Nice way to finish off the league and give those drivers who are possibly facing relegation a chance to get the much needed points. But round 11 of 12 is going to be at Interlagos in Brazil, and your season finale, which will be on the 20th of October, wow, 3 months away, obviously with 12 rounds, is going to be at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. I think that's going to be an amazing season finale for you guys. Always enjoy commentating at Spa. So those are our drivers, those are our leagues, those are our calendars, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Like I said, we have got a few rule changes with regards to assists. So as we know, when we started off with OBF1 back in March, we had very high assist levels. We've now, the changes we've made in the Monday multiplayer and tier 2, we have taken away the break-in assist function. So where we used to have it at high, it is now gone. ABS lock brakes are still going to be turned on, so you can turn on ABS brakes, but a break-in assist function where it helps you to actually just brake rather than just locking up, that will be gone. So ABS brakes will still be on. Traction for Mondays and Wednesdays tier 2 will be at full, but I will give advance warning, tier 2 Monday for season 2 will be moving to medium traction. So if you are currently running full traction, this is a season to get used to the game and to get used to a new traction setting. Obviously take your time with it. You don't just have to use it in league races. I remember the first time I used medium traction, it was interesting. But yeah, so that is going to be a change coming into season 2 or season 3 for OBF1, season 2 on this game once we start season 2 in late October. And I believe those are the only big changes we've made in those. Again, we are asking all drivers to participate as much as possible. Without a good reason, drivers will be moved to a reserve role, and we do have reserve drivers lined up already for both tiers who either want a seat, haven't taken up a seat yet because they know they're going to be away for a few races. So come September, I know we've got at least 3 drivers who are wanting to race in tier 2, so it's going to be competitive. And if you can't make it just yet, please do let us know. I'm just going through, oh yeah, one other change we've made to the rules, or the assists being able to use, is racing line. We've taken it from full to corners only. This is one thing I've found is I'm never going to remove it all, because obviously some people do have issues with their sight, short or long, so we're not going to remove it all. But as the league does look to progress, we have reduced that to corners only. It is valuable if you are still learning the game, or if you aren't 100% sure on the braking positions. Obviously the last thing you want to do is take another driver out either in front of you or behind you. So yeah, but we have turned that to corners only. So yeah, those are the only changes we've made. We will be introducing a new point system based on the damage. Us admins are going to be doing some more driving offline in lobbies and kind of deciding how we're going to go about the point system for all leagues, and we will be publishing that by Wednesday. Like I said, come Wednesday morning there are going to be a lot of changes on the Discord. I know there's already some stuff on there, but there will be a lot more changes in the Discord come Wednesday morning, guys. So that is your announcements. And guys, how are we feeling now? What are we thinking about going forward? Are we excited?
Yes and no. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not, because
Why?
of the new damage. I think
Yes.
certain tracks like Monaco is going to cause many issues.
Yes. How about you, Kieran?
I'm looking forward to putting my mastery on the track and hopefully taking the tier 2 championship. So I'm looking forward.
Hopefully.
Some big words from the young man of Kieran Rees, who right now has as many wins as myself, and I'm a far better defender in this league. So no, I'm just kidding, but I think it's going to be some amazing action.
Just to say, I'm a lot better at causing side pod damage than anyone else probably is.
I know you are. If you weren't a safe driver, you wouldn't be an admin of this league, let alone racing in it. So but yeah, guys, so that is, I'm gonna say that's the end of our stream for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, we've got pre-season testing which starts next week. I believe the first pre-season test is next Wednesday, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, so pre-season, I'm just going to have a quick look at pre-season testing. So the first one, no, it's next Friday. Next Friday, 7 PM UK time at Spain. It's Now with all of our pre-seasons, we're going to be running practice sessions. All of the races are going to be 50%, nothing longer, because that is what we're racing in this league. So it's going to be a 45-minute practice short qualifying and the 50% race for Friday. Like I said, we've got several options available, but all new drivers are required, and we will post a list of all the drivers we require to partake in at least one pre-season test before we get started with the league. Okay guys, so they're all on the Discord now in lobbies pre-season testing, and we are looking for people to thumbs up which ones they're available for. So please let us know, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the racetrack, and look forward to a very exciting season 2 here in OBF1. Thank you for making this a great league, guys. We can't wait to kick it back off and have some more amazing action. All streams, like I said, Harv will be taking on the stream for tier 2, I will be taking on the stream for tier 1. So guys, have a great night. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you on the track soon. Thanks guys, bye.
Take care.